All right, hello guys. I'm going to show you our little Charlie Brown Christmas tree here. This is a little bitty tree with just a little bitty stuff on it. And we're going to be so happy when we get back to the United States. I'm going to go down and get a real tree, which in all actuality does help the climate. And these trees get chopped down into other woods that are used for many, many things and all that. Today we're going to do Mike Tyson push ups. Are you going to do these in sets just till you're concluded with these before you move on to something? All right, he's going to do these in sets until he gets ready to stop. And these push ups are vicious. And while he's doing them, I'm going to show you something that most people do not do, but that Joe does the same way Mike Tyson did them years ago. And just whenever you're ready, whenever you're loose or whatever. What I'm going to show you is he's got his feet not against the wall. He's got his feet against nothing. And he's keeping all that, the energy that would be extended if he had his feet against the wall. He's having to control himself. And these things are viciously wicked to work your shoulders like crazy, as well as your triceps and arms in general, and your uh, chest and your midsection. And it even works the legs some, doesn't it, Joe? All right. You can go. You can go ahead and put it up here. I thought you was gonna go this way. You can keep pushing it up if you want to, son. There you go. That way I can at least see the camera while it's here. How many did you do? 20? All right, so he's got 20. I'm going to try to see if we can get 100 here. And if you don't think these are uh, difficult, try to do 5 sets of 20 to get to 100 and you'll see. And there again, if you can only do one of these, do one, wait a few minutes, then do another one. Then wait a few minutes and do another one. And wait a few minutes and do another one. And you will slowly but surely build yourself up so quickly it'll make your head spin. If you run up on an exercise that's very difficult, start in the up position and go down with it and start that way, just doing one here and there, but do it throughout the day and you'll be amazed. Even if you're in an office, or even if you're at school. But these things will burn you up. We haven't, Joe's done these in uh, sets of mixed push ups, but we haven't done just the Mike Tyson push ups in sets, just doing them exclusively in a long time. So it's going to be rather hard for him to even get to 100 with these, but he's going to give it a try. And you will see here, he has his feet are not leaning against anything. He's holding that position himself, and it makes it more difficult. So he's got 40 now, and I mean, you can look at Joe here. He's not a little guy, and he's a big fella, and he's muscular and got a lot of strength, and these will just wear you out no matter who you are if you do enough of them. But these are what is referred to as the Mike Tyson push-up. And eventually, if Joe continues, they will be called the Joe Allen push-up. More than likely, because you guys will see him doing these things over the years. We should probably got some videos out 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, him doing these, and when he was 12, 13 years old. And boy, it was hard to get 5 of them in the beginning, even after he could get to, 30 or 40 push-ups. And then he tried these, and it was hard to get 5 of them. And the bigger framed you are, not necessarily the height of yourself, but the bigger framed you are, the more difficult it is to do a lot of the exercises. Us little, I'm smaller than Joe. The a lot of these things are easier for smaller guys to do and more difficult for bigger guys to do. So, and it's very important not to. I see a lot of videos up. People are showing how to do these things, and they keep putting their heels up on the wall, so their feet are against the wall, or it's propping them. And you don't want to do that. You want to get every ounce of what you can get out of every exercise that you can. You got 60? All right, so he's got 60 now. We'll see how this next 20 goes, and then when he gets to 80, then we will, maybe he'll go for 125 or 150. It working what's it working most? Where are you feeling it? Feeling it on your triceps and shoulders most? Feel like it's working your chest a little bit, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. So you want to do standard push-ups. They'll work your chest more, and you want to do varieties of push-ups. Declined. If you can do one arm, which Joe can, you do some one arm push-ups. Mike Tyson push-ups, standard push-ups with one, set of more width between your hands. One that's you close the width. Feeling this any in your legs and stuff, or midsection? Feeling it. He's feeling a lot of the pressure in his Achilles. And what does that do? That helps you when you're doing rope work. And what does that do? That helps you when you're on your toes or you're up or down. Joe don't fight on his toes. We get a lot of criticizing, but the people that believe that you have to be on your toes and be jumping up and down constantly, they are aware of that style of boxing. And I'm not discounting that style of boxing, but we don't do that. It's not the style we do. There are many styles, many variations. There's not one way to do footwork. There's not one way to do this or do that. We do get up on the ball of the feet, but it's not often. And We go for leverage and punching power. And the whole logist of what Joe does is let you make all the plans you wish to make and play all the chess you wish to play, and come in and hit you so hard that you have forgotten your chess or your game plan. And everyone does. When they get rattled enough, everyone, the plans go out the door. And this has happened to every fighter, be it MMA, be it boxing, be it kickboxing, Muay Thai stuff. You've got the chess players, and then you have the rugby players, and they're in two different groups, and we're in the rugby group. And not saying that one group's any better than the other, and I'll tell you something. It's something I thought about earlier. I'm always saying the fruits go to the hardest worker. And I thought about the old adage where I used to hear people say all the time, people that worked for me for years, they would say, I try to work smart, not hard. And my reply constantly would be, as my father's reply to that is, well then, now that I know you got a little bit of smarts about you, I am demanding that you work hard and smart. But the hard work takes precedence. So if you're working smart, you should be able, and I would repeatedly tell guys this, oh, you're working so smart, so you don't have to work hard. Yeah. And I would say, well, then you should be doing double the work of the other guys. There's always a comeback when you're discounting hard work, and that's one of the problems that we are facing in Western society today. The guys in Eastern Europe, on the whole, tend to work harder than we do, which has brought forth fruitful championships and belts to them, including the heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. And if you are a champion or a former champion, here's when you get out of the game. Some people may choose injury, may make the choice for them. It may be that a combination of things. It may be age. It could be a lot of factors. But once a boxer, a fighter, gets to where they're not working hard and putting the input in that they put in that got them to be champion or got them to the level that they got to, when they fail to continue to achieve the hard work, it's time to get out. And that hence you see a lot of guys go into particular matches. It's happened to the greatest of the great. It's happened to Ali, Frazier, Foreman, uh, the Klitschko's. I mean, it's happened to everybody. Of course, there's one exclusion to a lot of what I just said. That'd be Rocky Marciano. He won and he got out when he was no longer able to, or was able to put the work into it that he had in previous years. But a lot of very big name boxers have gotten their butts handed to them because they haven't prepared, lack of preparation. And the lack of preparation is rarely technical. Once somebody's achieved championship status, uh, it is always the work input that ends up being the demise of a fighter. Always. It's never, well, I didn't have the technical about myself. Maybe they lost speed, maybe they lost timing, maybe they lost this or that. What'd you get? All right, he's got 100 now. You want to go for 120? Uh, Maybe you lose a combination of things, but if the loss is not coming from age or injury, which usually are in tandem with one another, because the older we get, you're always getting injured as a fighter in training, and but I'm losing point here what I was talking, but it's always a work ethic problem. And to be an ethical person until you get older, while you're younger and while you're of age, uh, and until you get old and unable, uh, a part of your work is the ethic. It's your ethics. And to be an ethical athlete, you have to have a good work ethic. Period, point blank, and the end of it on that. These are things that really didn't have to get preached on back when I was younger. We just all knew these things, but the problem now is there's generally a man lacking and a guy that's coming up's life, or he's got people in his life that are telling him things. Work smart, not hard, or even the little mottos that we say can tear you up. Oh, I should relax a lot more. How many you got? 120? You want to go for 140? You want to change to standard push-ups? Oh, that's even got your cardio working. You're even breathing a little hard here. That's unusual. That's what we get. Folks, that's what we get for not doing a certain exercise and getting intent on it as often as we should. Joe did a push-up challenge video here a while back. He did 2 or 3 of them. And in 1 or 2 of them, he did mixed push-ups. So a small portion of the push-ups were Mike Tyson push-ups. And when you get away from doing something, it's going to dig on you and hurt you. And that's a product of it. You can see Joe sitting over here right now. You know, my hands are so shaky. He's getting a little pump here. And he's going to continue on. Even if you want to do some standard ones, Joe. Just try to get to 200 of something. You got what, 140 now? 120. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. We got 16 there. 35. In reality, that's 142. But I know you don't count. See, Joe don't even count those numbers. He'll do an extra rep or two here and there, and he doesn't count those. He knows what he's doing. If he loses track, he'll start back at the last number he remembered and go with that. And those are little things that you pick up that you do on your own to push yourself. Uh, the motivation has to come with the determination of bringing it out from within you. The other day, just off and on throughout the day, he did 800 push-ups, and I'll guarantee you tonight we still got a boatload of more stuff to do. But after he's done, when it hits around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, he's generally in the bed by 9 o'clock. But yeah, we are early risers and early to bed. Uh, well, Joey is, and uh, but he'll always, when he's doing something, when we make a video, no matter what he's doing, it could be the Mike Tyson squats, it could be anything that we do. If he always walks around and leaves, and as soon as he regroups and get his strength back, he's always, I didn't do enough. So he'll get right down on the floor in the house and start doing push-ups or sit-ups or squats, and that's a very, very valuable thing that we do. So you can go ahead and walk through and go through. So that's the kind of mindset that I haven't instilled in Joe. Maybe some things have rubbed off, but he's instilled it in himself. And of course, there are people that they specialize in certain things. There's guys that can get down and whisk out 500 push ups or uh, 500 Russian twist and then get up and uh, barely break a sweat. But they're specializing in that. We do, good Lord, at least 50 to 60, maybe even 100 different things during the course of a week. But in these Mike Tyson push ups, trust me, don't do what you're seeing most other people do. I'm not saying everyone does this, but you don't want to put your feet against a wall or something that's going to prop your feet up against. You want to prop them up on your own. What you got now, Joe? Joe, what you got now?
160.
All right. All right, good job. What you got in total now? All right, so he's got 170. He's going to continue on. We're at approaching 25 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I want to end it with telling you all much love to you and finishing with this. Christ is our King, and all our immoralness and unperfectness around here, Christ is Lord and King with us up in here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.